Black people have superpowers. Let me tell you why. Think about it, yeah. If life is a game, then being black is like the highest level, like your game, like the player of the game, like the highest form of the creation of the hilly-pillification. Like it just, if you think about it, yeah, being black, yeah, in any industry, whether it's rapping, football, being an athlete, influencing, modeling, whatever it is, they're just winning. They take everyone's gal. They got beautiful skin. They can eat anything, and like it's their genes. It's their DNA. Like they're just winning. I just like it's not fair, but like it's fair because it makes sense. Like if reincarnation is real, I can't lie to you. I'm gonna be like, yo, this time I want to be black. Like when I incarnate again, like I want to feel what it feels like. You get me, like, bro.
This incident that happened in Walmart of 11 people getting hurt or killed. I haven't looked at the news. I was just scrolling TikTok and I saw this video of the literal like hero who stopped the crazy guy from hurting everybody. His name's Derek Perry. There's a video thanking him for his heroism. And there's comments on this video saying, yeah, good job, Derek Perry, but do you see the two other dudes standing on business? Mind you, Derek Perry is black. You can't make this shit up. They can't win. Ever. They can save lives. And it's just like, yeah, good job. But
blacks dominate because they were bred for strength.
Because this goes back all the way to the Civil War, when during the slave trading, the slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman, so that he could have a big black kid. See, the black is a better athlete to begin with because he's been bred to be that way, because of his high thighs and big thighs that goes up into his back, and they can jump higher and run faster because of their bigger thighs, you see.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one that has taken the internet by storm. White Americans across social media are admitting something they never thought they would say out loud. That black people, yes, black people carry abilities. We carry strengths and qualities that they simply cannot explain. From the physical resilience, the creativity, the intuition to what some are calling superpowers. The reactions are just wild, emotional, and honestly eye-opening. So guys, let's dive into why so many white viewers are suddenly shocked into the truth. I'll be coming back with more commentaries. In case of any thoughts, kindly feel free to let me know in the comment section. Stay tuned.
I don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the black community, and it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, I have this theory that, like, what if black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, And I've seen some black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties, but I don't know, I just feel like I feel like this, I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it, I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe this sounds dumb, like, or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but, you know, it's just something I was thinking about.
So I was raised that Black people were God's favorite and they were the superior race. And it was interesting to be raised with that mentality, because I think it's different than a lot of how other like white people were raised. And I do believe that if more people were raised this way, the world would be a little bit better of a place, and maybe we can get along a little bit nicer together. Obviously, there's pros and cons to everything, so I would love to discuss the pros and cons of what it was like to be raised with this mentality, as well as like what you think about it and what you think we should do going forward to raise the next generation of children who are carrying the future for us. So how this mentality came about, I was really quizzical and curious as a child and very outspoken. It's interesting to look back now that we're in this ginger talk right now. I'm kind of reliving a few of the silly little traumas that we face as gingers. And I noticed that I was more outspoken between the ages of 0 and 8. And once I started getting really made fun of as a ginger, I kind of lost my voice and I wasn't as brave or outspoken, and I was shy and timid. So it's kind of interesting to have that realization now, so many years later. Anyway, back to the important topic here. The way that this mentality was brought on to me was, as I said, I was very outspoken and, you know, I was quizzical and curious as a child. So before the age of 6, I asked my mom, why do we call them Black people when they're more different shades of brown? And I asked her, why do people treat them differently or call them names? Like, what does this mean? Why is this happening? And how do you explain race and racism to a child that is under the age of 6 in a way that they can understand? Because obviously they're not going to be able to comprehend or grasp the entirety of the depth of what racism really truly is. So how do you explain that to a child? She knew that I loved my brownies and my cookies baked a little bit longer than you're supposed to, because the crispy edge of the brownie was always my favorite. And I loved when the chocolate chip cookie was a little bit crispy on the outside and a little gooey on the inside. And that was the perfect way to bake the cookies and bake the brownies. So she used that analogy. And yes, it sounds crazy, but as a 4-year-old child, it made perfect sense. And she used that analogy and she said, you know how you like your cookies and your brownies baked a little bit extra? That's kind of what God did with Black people. He took more time and more love into creating Black people. And that's why they're a little bit darker than you. He just baked them a little bit longer. That's how she described race to me. And she said that anybody who talks badly about them or is mean to them is just jealous. So right away, I was kind of just like completely infatuated and just in awe of Black people, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it like to be God's favorite? What is it like to, you know, just be loved a little bit more from God? Like, I just thought it was incredible and amazing. And so I always just gravitated towards Black people because I was like, oh my God, like they're so lucky. Do they know how lucky they are? Like, how cool is it that God spent a little bit more time on them? I was fascinated by it. And
I'm seriously convinced that Black people are superheroes. Black people are superheroes, and laughing is their kryptonite. Because anywhere I go, I can go anywhere in the world, and I can see some Black people. We can read each other's mind. I promise you, can be some crazy shit going on. We'll be in the corner and we just look at each other. We having a full-blown conversation without even talking. We get that look like, And that person can understand exactly what I said without me moving my lips. You can't tell me that ain't no magic, baby. You can't tell me that ain't no superpower. And then the reason I say black people kryptonite is laughing. I haven't been in a room full of black folks where they just sit still and if a black person sits still and laugh, it's fake. They be slapping their knee, grabbing you, pulling you, standing up, running around, all theatrics. Just acting a fool. Moving back and forth, holding their hands in the air, laughing, clapping their hands together, crying. They'll start crying, laughing. Black people laugh so hard they stomach be hurt. They be getting a six-pack. They just my thesis, you know, that's just what I think. I think that a lot.
The fact that we're creative and we can control culture, that we can sing and we can dance and we can rap and we can play basketball and we can dress and we can design, that's a superpower. And so in this moment, like as a people, we got to embrace us, all of our creative, and the fact that we're like good people and kind. Didn't win, but I ran for a state Senate seat and 2023. And one of the criticisms that I got when I was running was that he's a really good orator. He speaks well. And this is from a black person said this to me. And for whatever reason in that moment, I felt bad about that gift. And I allowed that criticism to make me try to like speak differently or not try to be as charismatic in the way that I spoke. And it ended up being to my detriment. So the reason I say that is oftentimes people make us feel bad about our gifts. It's nothing wrong. It's actually a gift that we're good at being creative. That's a superpower. It's a superpower that you brothers can put something like this on and get traction and people are interested in what y'all are doing. That's a superpower. That's our superpower. And they often make us feel like it's not.
Guys, as you continue watching, why did we get into this video? It's an explosive reaction video because the whites are stunned as new discussions, the testimonies and historical reference reveal the extraordinary abilities, the resilience and cultural dominance that black people have carried for generations. From the unmatched creativity, spiritual depth and genetic strength to cultural influence that stretches across the entire world. Many white viewers admit they cannot explain the superpowers black people naturally possess. Yes, and that is why we are seeing in this episode we are here breaking down together these viral conversations, the shocked reactions and uncomfortable truths that are forcing people to face what has always been in front of them. Guys, we are here diving into why the black brilliance, the strength and influence continues to shake global systems, and why some people are just now waking up to realities black communities have always known. Guys, let's continue watching so that we can watch the truth bombs and the conversation mainstream media avoids. Let's get into the remaining clip. I'll be back with more commentaries so that we will be able to expand on the raw and filtered white reactions to black excellence, the cultural, historical and scientific conversations behind the superpower claims, and why some communities are finally acknowledging black influence. Guys, let's get into the comment section and discuss the parts of history people were never taught, and let's also dive deep into the viral statements sparking nationwide debate. Guys, enjoy the video. I'll be back.
So stitch this and tell me something that white people aren't ready to hear.
We white women have an inferiority complex. The Negro women have a sort of reputation for being so beautiful. We're a little jealous of them.
I guess you just envy us colored people.
That black women were there to support me and to advise me, but not to rise above or become better than me. And that's why when this black teacher was way better and more talented than me, I felt some kind of way about it. Now, I'd imagine lots and lots more white women have also internalized the same idea, and that's why they feel okay stealing black women's content and not giving them any credit, because the black women are just there to advise them anyway. But most black women are natural leaders.
We're jealous. I think we're jealous because we would love to be that, I think, and we don't know how to break out of the indoctrination that we have been suppressed by our entire life.
You know, guys, across TikTok, even when I was perusing through the social media, TikTok, YouTube podcasts, white commentators are expressing disbelief. Some are saying that there's something different about black people. It's like they are built differently. Others admit that the things they were taught growing up don't match what they are seeing today. Whether it's athletic dominance, unmatched swag, creativity that shapes entire industries, or spiritual depth that transgenerational deep, people are finally acknowledging qualities that black communities have carried for centuries. And you know, for years the world pretended not to see it. Now it's impossible to ignore. And when white viewers say they cannot explain black excellence, creativity is always the first thing mentioned. Look at music, look at fashion, look at language. The black culture doesn't just influence the world, it moves the world. Every major global trend has fingerprints from the black community. People online are shocked that one community can innovate so consistently. The hip-hop, R&B, jazz, blues, gospel, African rhythms that shape entire continents. White Americans are coming to realize that this creativity is not accidental. It's generational, it's spiritual, and it's a cultural power they can't replicate. Yes, one white viewer said that I don't know what kind of super DNA black people have, but it's unreal. And while statements like that can be clumsy, they reveal a truth people are struggling to articulate. And black people have shown unmatched physical ability, from sport dominance to endurance to sheer strength under pressure. Think about it. Generations of struggle created generations of resilience. Strength wasn't just physical, it was survival. And now the world is witnessing the outcome of that resilience in everything from sports to innovation. Yes, and this is the part that really shook people. Many white viewers are calling black intuition a superpower. Yes, they are noticing how black people can read energy fast, sense danger sooner, pick up on disrespect immediately, and understand cultural truths without needing them explained. And this comes from deep ancestral memory, cultural awareness, and generational wisdom. To many white viewers, it looks supernatural. To black people, it's just everyday life. Yeah, and when people talk about black superpowers, they are also talking about global influence. Black culture travels further, faster, and stronger than almost any other. The dance moves, slang, fashion, hairstyles. Once it hits the black community, the entire world follows. And white commentators are admitting something bold. We copy everything black people do, but somehow it never looks as good, because influence is not about imitation, it's about soul, and the black community has that in abundance. What's shocking many white viewers is the realization that none of this is new. Black civilizations were creating math, medicine, architecture, astronomy, and philosophy long before Europe even had books. This history was erased or ignored for generations, but now people are rediscovering it. The superpowers people talk about today are actually ancient skills passed down through generations. And as more truth gets exposed, more white Americans are openly saying, "We had no idea." And here is the honest awakening. Let's be real. What looks like superpowers to some people is simply the natural greatness, genius, and resilience of the black community finally being recognized. And what's powerful is that these reactions show a major cultural shift. People are not just seeing the surface level talents anymore. They are acknowledging the depth behind it, the resilience, the intelligence, the spirituality, the creativity, leadership, the generational survival. And this awakening is shaking people because it challenges everything they were taught. Yes, So yes, people are shocked, people are confused, because people are admitting truths they once denied, but what they are calling superpowers, black people simply call it identity, culture, and heritage. So thank you so much guys for watching. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. This video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell for more real conversations, more truth, and more reactions the mainstream media won't touch. Thanks for watching. Be blessed and have a nice time. Peace be with you guys. Until next time.